Oh, what's happening, good people? What up? What up? What up? What up? We in the building. ENLIGHTENED podcast every Saturday night, right here, 10 p.m. Eastern, doing what it is that we do, talking heavy, talking crazy, and just keeping it a bean with y'all. That's all. Ain't me. The rant for this week is this. A lot of y'all out there seem to feel like your feelings and your opinions and all of that matter more than everybody else. So what y'all do is y'all say, well, I'm gonna say what I want because I should be able to be unfiltered. And then when the next person says something to you, you feel some type of way. So why is it that you can be unfiltered, but they can't? Calm that shit down. We all people. If I can tell you how I feel, if you can tell me how you feel, I should be able to tell you how I feel. Your opinion and your feelings don't matter more to me the same way my opinions and my feelings don't matter more to you. So let's learn how to be people. If I say how I feel and you say how you feel, we leave it at that. You can't get upset because you pissed me off. You can't be mad at me at that. That's in relationships, friendships, brotherships, sisterhood. I don't give a damn what you call it. Co-workers, management. It don't matter what it is. If you could be unfiltered, I can too. So shut that shit up and relax. I'm just saying. Amen. But we here. Got some pay attention glasses going tonight.
I do what I want. I say what I want. I'm not responsible for how it lands.
I do
I'm
what I
only
want. I
responsible
say
for
what I
making sure
want.
it's getting delivered.
I'm not responsible for how it lands.
My bad. That was my fault.
Oh,
That
just
wasn't
how
you.
I thought it was me. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing in the background? I got this shit going.
Thought you was fucking up again, huh?
I thought.
We got a hard worker tonight. Look at that.
Somebody told me I need to take this podcast career seriously, so I guess I got to do both. So I was kind of summoned here.
I have no clue what that was supposed to mean, but Roger the fuck that shit. How you feel about what she just said, son?
I don't know. I'm here so I don't get fired or fined.
Oh,
It's
So
right. And I
uh,
got my paying attention glasses on because I'm here to pay attention tonight.
Period.
I like that accountability.
It's like everybody got their paying attention glasses on tonight.
That's for Raw. Raw probably needs them, but
I'm literally the only one that don't wear
He
glasses
definitely
on this
needs some pay attention.
Just up there in denial, knowing he blind.
It's crazy. I'm the
He
only nigga here
definitely
with 2020. Ain't this about a bitch?
Talking about he got
Probably
20/20 vision. His ass ain't
it's
been able to
probably
see 10 feet in 2 years.
2030. It's probably 2030 and he fighting for his life over there
Yeah.
trying to see this.
He over there squinting with the remote. What
Niggas
that
out here
say?
mad as shit. They visually impaired and I'm not. Ain't that about a bitch? It is
Let's
what it is.
Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Chill. Hold on. You know what time it is, man. Come on, now. All on the table. A cash done match. Get outclassed. Who's not typecast for telling fables. The artifacts just kick back. Enjoy the panel. With true flies in all sides. Get different angles. But grown talk the mission. Small talk is missing. Free talk don't always equate to your addition. The difference. No misstep in intellect. Delayed stress. This podcast a safe bet. Stay enlightened.
17 more words. I'm gonna know the whole intro by heart. I'm missing 17 words.
That's it?
That's it. 17.
How long you think it's going to take you to get to 17?
Shit, how long it took me to get all but 17.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
You counted them. That's crazy.
Facts. Big facts. But glad to see that you actually trying to learn some shit. Try to better yourself. I ain't mad at that. So tonight we trying to figure out why is it we are the problem. So we talked about the ladies, we talked about the fellas, and I don't think people understand there is three different conversations when it comes to that. Because you might look at it and say, well, the ladies' issue, those are all the issues. The men's issues, those are all the issues. But as a collective unit, a partnership, whatever you want to call it, there's a whole different set of problems right there. Tasha, what are those sets of problems in your mind as a unit, not as a solo, not as just women fuck it up, not as just men ain't worth shit, as y'all say, but as a unit? What happens as a unit?
Lack of integrity, lack of character on both sides, make it very, very difficult for each side to be who they need to be for the other. If we're talking about in a coupling sense. Character is big. Like, people think that you can have money but no character, or personality and no character. Some people require it all. Some people have it all to give. So,
Hector?
Say the question again.
child, he wasn't paying attention.
I'm
What
not
is
gonna.
pay attention
I
You
gonna
gonna
do?
was.
have the glasses on.
That's
You need to
that's
be
the
paying
problem.
attention.
This is
That's
this
the
is my
problem
It's not.
regular
right there.
glasses.
Yeah, his
This
That's
ain't
is
the
my
prescription.
problem
regular
right there.
glasses. These
His ain't prescription.
just because I heard Tasha, but yeah.
Okay.
So what was?
What are the problems as a unit that make relationships not work? We could sit here and talk about what
Oh,
women
okay.
do, what men do, but as a unit, what is the problem?
Allowing too many people into your sanctuary, into your home,
Mm,
into your life, into your business, into your relationship.
we definitely spend
Anytime something, anytime something bad happens, one of the other side goes and runs to their homegirl, homeboy to let them know what just happened. And this whole time that you talking to them about it, you never really spun the block to talk to your partner about it and tell them how you felt and why you felt this way and X, Y, and Z. So now you got Nene, who's fucking miserable with her life already, telling you, girl, leave him. And all the dude could have forgot was like to bring milk home or some stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? And then that just makes the whole little situation even bigger because you listen to her like, damn, she right. He always does forget bringing milk home, and he knows we got kids, and he knows these kids need. You know what I mean? It's always a situation that instead of talking to their partner about, they want to talk to everybody else besides the partner about until it gets to the boiling point, as people may say.
I called somebody to delete a whole social media post the other day because he get on social media talking about an issue him and his woman are having, but he called her the young lady, not me and my partner, me and my wife, me and my girlfriend. So I came on there. I'm like, the fact that you calling her the young lady tells me there is already some distance and despondence inside of whatever y'all got going on. But the biggest problem is you hear on social media telling us about it instead of speaking to that young woman or lady, whatever you called her, that's sitting 4 feet from you. Next thing I know, the shit was deleted. I said, oh, all right.
And that's what I just don't. I mean, I don't understand this. Let me amplify my little bit of problems by running to social media to make it seem like the world is about to end when it's. Hold up. Can you big screen me real quick, Raw? Just real quick.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Never heard of a
He
big
needs the
screen.
fluent. Wow.
I don't know.
Screen
I don't know
request.
who needs to hear this, but no one on social media gives a flying fuck what you got going on.
That was big screen worthy. You're right. I'm sorry. That was
Not at all, not slightly, not a little bit, not remotely. They don't
And the
give
Oscar
a
goes to Hectic.
they don't give a fuck for what y'all got going on. Matter of fact, you look more like the dodo when you go on social media to air out all your dirty laundry, and you still stay with the bum ass dude or the young
Or,
lady.
or the young, they just call it a young lady because clearly,
Or the young lady. Yeah, like. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It's just weird energy. Like, let me get validation from all these other people that don't even know that I really exist to see what they say about my situation. It's weird.
Makes fucking sense. Thrifty,
Mm.
is it actually bad communication, or do people really just hate being told that they the villain in somebody's story?
What I was going, I want to answer that question, but I also would like the opportunity to answer the initial question. And what I was going to say was, what we're missing is we're missing patience for starters, because people aren't taking the time to court each other, get to know each other in relationships. So then fast forward down the line, you like, oh, I hate this boy or her, or I don't like them doing this. And then we're also missing wholesome, honest communication, because we're not properly communicating what bothers me or what could possibly trigger me, or just whatever it is when it comes to communication. Now, please ask your question again.
Is it actually bad communication, or do people just hate finding out that they are the villain of somebody else's story?
I think it's the lack of communication and improper communication. No, most of us are ready to be open and transparent when it comes to a partner, so to speak. So it's like we're not playing a villain or playing a victim. It's just that no one knows how to communicate their needs, wants, desires, any of it anymore. It's just kind of like, you saw what I posted. In case you saw, you hurt my feelings. You heard the song I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? People aren't open with each other.
I got you. Chuck, same question.
I think it's both. And the bigger problem is people don't know how to communicate because people think communicating is talking and communicating is action. If we have a discussion and you explain some things that I do that you don't like and I don't attempt to fix it, what's the point of having a third conversation? Because apparently you don't want to do it. So communication comes down to action, and most times people don't want to act. And to answer your first question, is more takers than there are givers. You have more people taking energy, effort, resources, and it's not enough being poured back around. So you couple that with people don't want to do shit. That's why we are all the problem, because we are all guilty of everything that I just said.
Roger the fuck that. Easy.
So how about you follow that up? God damn.
I feel like he already given the men too much attention, Tasha. It's one-sided.
So
he agreed with Hectic and he agreed with
yeah.
Chuck immediately. But you and I spoke, and it was just like, next.
Well,
Silence.
It's a little sexist.
This is what we doing tonight? This is what we doing tonight.
It's feeling a little bit sexist.
We just pointing out what we noticing.
All right, so I'm just gonna agree with y'all for the rest of the night. Fuck the niggas. How about that shit?
Wow,
that's cool.
They need more people on their side.
The truth don't need a cheerleader.
I'm gonna just talk about y'all anonymously on the internet. I'm gonna just put some anonymous posts on the internet.
All right, ask the question again.
Okay, so is it actually bad communication, or do people just hate being told or finding out that they the villain of somebody else's story?
I'll piggyback off of what Chuck said with the communication being action. It's terrible communication, and in addition to that, they lack empathy. So the inability to see things from the other person's perspective is primarily what fucks up every relationship, friendships, work, anything. And so when you couple the lack of empathy with poor communication, that's what you get, is somebody that doesn't want to talk about their experience. They don't want to talk about their feelings. They don't want to act on it. And they also don't want to see the other side. Because Chuck said something that I hear a lot, and I kind of disagree with it in a sense, not that it's not right, but we talk about fixing our problems that somebody else see in us. And this, why can't they adjust to it, right? Like some things are toxic, some things are bad, right? Like if you're abusive, you need to change that. But there are other things about people they don't need to change. The other person just needs to have a little bit more empathy. So it's sometimes just part of the personality.
So basically, you feel like people just ain't really feeling it. People ain't really in hearing what somebody's saying or enjoying what somebody's doing. So they just like, all right, well, just fuck it.
Or not understanding that thing about them that you don't like doesn't really impact you at all. And it doesn't change the dynamic of your relationship.
So does that make you the villain in their story at that point?
Everybody's a villain. You ain't
And
never heard
somebody,
nobody tell a story from their perspective and say that they were wrong. You ain't never heard a breakup story where the dude was like, yeah, I fucked up. I cheated. I was an asshole.
Cobra.
And the girl is saying, yeah, I was mean to him. I was too bitchy to him. I was too demanding. You ain't gonna never hear them say that. They're gonna always be like,
Think about
he
it.
was an asshole. He was doing this and that, and she was a complete bitch, and she just didn't want, she was unmotivated. Everybody's a victim in their own story, or the hero.
Think about it.
agreed.
Let's go to comic books. We all know Thanos was the villain, right? But they also said what happened after that. He snapped them fingers, and the world was aligning, and things were, going great, and things happen. So even someone who's in their mind is trying to do something what they feel is for the betterment of humankind or whatever, someone else gonna look at that and be like, nah, you're a whole villain out here. I told someone a couple weeks ago, it's hard not to be a villain for some people now, because someone might come to us after their 10th time of saying, hey, this is what happened to me. And you'd be like, this is the 10th story of the same situation. Like, you're the problem.
What are you gonna do?
Now,
What are you gonna do?
right. But now we the assholes for pointing it out. Or we the assholes for, I mean, no one wants to hear their spouse complain about the same shit every day. Like, my mental capacity for handling someone else's stress all the time when it's the same shit, and I already told you how to handle said shit, don't tell me no more. Like, I don't care, because clearly you want to be miserable, and there's some people in life that want to live in that victimized mentality, and they just won't change, and that's okay for them. It's not okay for me. I'm gonna tell you straight off, like, yo, we ain't a good match. You gotta go about your business, and I gotta go about mine.
I
You
don't
ever
do
think
well with
maybe
the
they
victim.
never found someone that just didn't know how to handle them properly, and
Ooh,
they've
I'm
That's
glad
never
you,
been
cool.
Ooh,
That's not
shown,
my
and there's
job.
some ignorance
ooh,
there?
I'm so glad you
ooh,
brought that up. Keep
ooh,
going.
What?
that,
Okay,
ooh,
sorry.
that right there, that phraseology right
No,
there.
no, no, no. Let her talk her shit. Because I'm glad you brought that one up. Go ahead, Thrifty.
I was just gonna say, some people may have not been shown a certain level of patience. So then it's like, if I complain about things that are bothering me, it's now nagging instead of me trying to communicate. Because communication, like we said, it has to go on both sides, right? So if you're trying to communicate with someone, you're verbal and you're expressing your concerns or anything like that, and they're not paying you no attention. They're saying like hectic, like I'm tired of my spouse saying the same thing. Maybe, like you said, they're not a match, and that person has not been shown patience yet by someone.
How long?
How many
Patience is
times?
actions.
But
It
how long?
depends. I mean, if you really love
Should I?
someone and care for someone, you do kind of conform, and you're like, okay, my wife's a little
Mm,
needy.
that sounds like settling.
I think the larger issue is people are having the wrong conversation because people aren't clear what they mad about. people aren't clear what they want. People aren't clear on what they need. So
I
when
agree.
you can't have the correct conversation, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So then it looks like nagging.
That's where
Having
I'm
been
coming
married,
from.
having been married, you don't have a new argument. You just had the same argument in a different way because it hasn't been
It's
resolved,
all
because
resolved. Yes, I'm resolved.
there hasn't been enough clarity discovered on either side. So clarity is what's important. And how we lost empathy easy is because we destroyed the village. When we were growing up, your neighbors could chastise you, your neighbors could correct you. So there was always a set of eyes watching you, and you understood that I can't do this because this person definitely going to tell. So when we became independent thinkers and don't say nothing to my kid, that's where we lost empathy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, because we
I
stopped
mean,
letting
and
the
the kid
village
could be
help out.
dead ass wrong too, about to light the whole block on fire. You better not say nothing to him.
So being as though we made it there already, how do kids play a role in a relationship?
Ooh.
Tasha?
Ooh.
Wait.
Um,
I need just clarity so I could think of my answer. Did they come into the relationship, or were
That's up
they
to you, my nigga.
produced from the relationship?
That's up to how you, whichever one triggered you and hurt you the most.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they move differently.
Hectic one is
so
steady.
so I am I've had both. I've had a child come into a relationship with me, and I've had children within a relationship. They definitely changed the dynamic. Like if you and your partner aren't clear before children come into play, it absolutely has it absolutely can change the dynamic of the relationship between the husband and wife, or the boyfriend and the girlfriend. And it's all based on, like Chuck said, the clarity that relationship has before children come into the picture. Like I am absolutely guilty at times, or maybe all of the time, if Charles tells the story, that my kids was number one. I could not see the relationship before my children, and there was times that it wavered back and forth, but they absolutely changed the dynamic of a relationship based on the foundation of the relationship before children, or adding children to the relationship.
I think a lot of people forget that kids play a big role in everything, especially depending on if y'all talked about having kids. If the kids just happen, if you bring a kid in, the baby mom, the baby dad, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of different variables that play into that shit, and that can really destroy some shit real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Especially as a man, where you expect this man to provide for this kid, but not talk to this kid in a chastising manner because that's not your kid. Like it's kind of hard to toe that line of not doing both. Because if I'm gonna take care of the kid, I'm gonna treat the kid like it's mine. Of course, I'm gonna chastise the kid, and that don't necessarily mean I'm whooping the little nigga ass, but I might, yo, motherfucker, what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? I might talk to him a certain way because he fucking up. So you can't be like, oh, well, no, you can't talk to my kid like that because he ain't yours. Then why the fuck I gotta take care of him? So it's a hell of an argument when it comes to that. It's crazy.
I've
Mm.
also
Now I
witnessed
saw a
children.
video recently of that same situation. The chick was big mad, and the dude was like, "Listen, when I took you, I accepted this package role, and y'all living under our house, which
That's what
is
women call
mine,
it, a package deal.
right?" And he was like, "If I see your child doing something in our home, it's my right and my duty to be able to say something to them." And she was like, "Nah, because this ain't your da 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 da." And I'm not gonna hold you. It takes one. It ain't yours. You never have to worry about me saying that
Did it
motherfucker could
what?
be running in the streets,
What?
running in the streets, about to get hit, and I ain't
About
saying
to
shit.
get hit. So
However, that's primarily a woman issue,
fortunately
though.
for me, I love my other baby mama. Now, I don't know if our relationship was good, but it was definitely clear on who I was in her child's life and how I would move in her child's life. But I love my other baby mama. Chuck, do you? Yes.
What I will say is,
Yes.
I think the highest compliment a child can pay to an adult is when you are a bonus parent, when they don't consider you a step parent.
Yeah.
And like Tosh said, she has been in my daughter's life since she was 5 years old, and not one time has she ever called her stepmom. That if she talk about her today, that's my mom, and that's no disrespect to her biological mom,
No.
but that's just the impact that she had. So primarily, women take the stance that you can't chastise my child. Men understand that some shit we don't even want to deal with anyway. However,
I think that's if the man is raising a female and they have a female in their life. But I think it's the opposite when it comes to boys. I think men think that they still have that leadership and dominant role for their child, especially if it's a male.
I
Because
think
then, go ahead.
if you are not in a relationship with your child's parent and y'all are mature adults, if you are dating someone else and it's a serious relationship, everybody should know everybody. Because the one thing I can say as a man, if I'm not there, I would prefer a man correct the situation. Taj had a friend, her friend's son had an issue, and I resolved the issue. And after I resolved the issue, I told him to call his dad because I let him know I'm not scared of nobody you think you're gonna call. And I told his dad that I whooped his ass.
Oh damn, got domestic real fast.
It wasn't. It was a point of. It was a point of reference, and that's what an ass whooping is. It's a point of reference. It'll make you think: do I really want that ass whooping, or you know what? This is worth that ass whooping. That's what a good ass whooping is. A point of reference.
Yes, indeed. So
But that
I
dad, though, I'm sorry. I was just gonna
understanding
say
your
the dad
role
when he
is being
called.
clear.
Yeah, when he called the dad, like once the young man got his father on the phone and Charles spoke to him, told him what happened, what was the result of it. Dad was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so glad you were there," because he couldn't be.
If you under that man's
He
roof,
was
that man should be able
grateful.
to say something to that kid.
He was grateful.
I
Can
used
I
we
to
talk
tell.
about how children can manipulate an imbalance in a household if they see
Mhm.
it or
Only if
sense
you
it
let it.
That's what they do.
or they attempt? Yeah, yeah.
Children are professional manipulators.
If you let
Oh,
them.
Little
yeah.
scammers.
If listen, Tosh and her friends will go out. Hey, we gonna leave with these kids. And I told her, listen, if you don't want your kid getting their ass whooped, don't leave your kid with me. And I'm not here to whoop your kid ass because I just don't randomly whoop kids' ass. But if you earn the ass whooping is what you gonna get. And if it's promised, it will be delivered. Fortunately, I ain't had to whoop nobody ass. But guess what? Ain't nobody not leave their kids with me.
Have
Everybody
you
that knows,
ever? Have y'all? Go ahead, Easy.
everybody that knows me know that if you leave your kid with me, I'm gonna treat your kid the same way I treat mine. So if mine's fuck up and I talk to him a certain way, when yours fuck up, I'm gonna talk to him that same exact way. It is what the fuck it is. So you either got a choice. Either they rocking or they not. It is what the fuck it is. Go ahead, Easy.
So I think kids fuck up the whole situation in the first place because what kids do is make mom and dad forget that they are number one in each other's life.
Yeah,
My pops
absolutely.
told me this a long time ago, and it stuck with me because at first it pissed me off. He told me never put my kids ahead of my wife, no matter what, and never allow my wife to put the kids ahead of me. Because when them kids grow up and they go off on their own, guess who you with? If you destroyed that relationship or alienated that relationship for 18, 24 years, now y'all both in the house together lonely.
Bro, who got some shit playing in the background?
Like, oh, like y'all together lonely now, looking at each other because you put all your focus and time and energy into the children
The children,
about each
absolutely.
other. And there's a reason that it's you put your spouse before your mother, your kids, your sister, your brother, your nieces, your nephews, your aunties, cousins, and uncles. Your spouse always the number one person in your life, and you chose that. That wasn't forced upon you. That was a choice. You asked that woman to marry you. You said yes to that man.
Man, I was dealing with
Agreed.
I was dealing with a chick with this kid. This kid was different, right? And when I say this kid was different, this little man would cuss his mom up like she was a grown man, like grown. So one day she looks at me and she like, "You ain't gonna check him?" I was like, "He don't do that shit to me."
Jesus
Because
Christ.
when he was with me, he was on his behavior, and I never had to threaten him. He just knew I wasn't putting up with that bullshit. There's a lot of Chuck probably could say it too. What dads are a little bit more tougher on kids normally than women are. You know what I mean? So you leave them both with a man. Am I lying, Tasha? Am I lying?
I'll tell you what, in our house, if
Hold
them
up,
kids
hold
got
up.
if them kids got off punishment, it was because they dad let them off.
Oh, you were that hard on them?
No,
If,
no.
if they was
I
on
was gonna
punishment,
say,
you
I
let
was
them
gonna
off.
say, you gonna let her run with this?
We're
Here's
not
what I
gonna do
find
that.
funny, right? I find
Chuck,
What
funny
we're
if
that
gonna
they was on
do is
punishment, if they was on punishment, who would let them off?
more than likely it was me. I
Okay.
will say
Well, I
this:
see.
the nature of the punishment or the nature of the offense dictated what the punishment was.
Mhm.
Right.
And you know, the higher the offense, like we could get medieval, but some shit women, some shit moms just don't see it the same, and
No.
you just gotta
He said
take
more
them
than
to the
likely.
team.
So it's funny how
Accountability.
women believe that they harder on the kids than men, which is cool. It is what it is. Y'all always gonna feel that way, and y'all should. If I'm being honest, y'all should feel like y'all harder on them than we are.
Kids
But
don't think that way.
no, the kids will never see it that way because the mom will always be more nurturing than the dad will. It just is what it is. It's not in our nature to nurture as much as y'all do. We are teachers, y'all are nurturers. It is what it is. There's no way around that. It's always going to be that way. It's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. I don't give a damn how hard a man tries. He's never going to nurture as much as his wife, girlfriend, baby mom. I don't give a fuck if you feel that you think you is. It's never going to happen. It
But
is
that's a
what it is.
problem.
It's not
That's
a
a
problem.
problem.
It's not a problem. You got to remember there's a yin and a yang to everything. So if both of us are complete nurturers, the kid is never learning absolutely nothing.
I didn't say
It took a long,
complete.
it took a long time for my wife to understand that we got boys and it's going to take for me to do certain shit and act certain ways for them to understand certain shit. In her mind, well, I'm the mom, I could still do it, but you can't because they can't learn it from you because it's not in your nature to do certain shit or act certain ways. It just is what it is. Now, at the same time, she had to understand it's her that has to do more nurturing and me to do more teaching. She had to realize that. It takes a long time, it takes a lot of effort, and it took years for her to finally realize, damn, maybe I do need to step back and allow this to happen. A lot of women don't want to allow that to happen because we sound more harsh when we say certain shit. We could literally, as men and women, say the same exact sentence, but from dad, that shit sound like, oh my goodness, this motherfucker again. Whereas though, you know what, mom, that actually didn't sound too bad. But it's the same fucking sentence. We
Nah,
just
not
talk differently. We breathe differently. We act differently. It just is what it is. It's nothing that any of us can do to get around it. And we can pretend, oh yeah, it's not like that, but it is.
nah, because
Go ahead, Easy.
some of these moms is super emotional and they worse on the kids than the father is because they act out of emotion. They yelling, screaming, and cussing at these kids. Well, a lot of the dads is like calm voice, like I'm disappointed in you, son. That's the worst thing that kid could hear.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
absolutely.
in a harsh tone. But a lot of the women are just very emotional with their kids. My mom used to beat our ass when she was mad, and you be thinking she gonna kill us. And it's like if you just took the time to calm down, talk to us, and then whoop our ass, we'd have been all right. But we hated them ass whoopings. We wanted to fight back because it felt like more than a discipline.
Personal.
Yeah.
It was personal. So when I say nurturing men, nurturing particularly daughters, but sons as well, like if a boy has never been hugged, then he won't learn to hug. Like if he's never been hugged by his father, he won't hug. And that's a
Wait,
thing.
what?
Like if a boy has never been hugged by his father or shown affection by his father, that
Won't
is a
hug who?
when
I
say
mean,
again.
in a way, I can agree with that.
Who
In a way, I
won't
can
he
agree with
hug?
What do you mean who won't he hug? His children.
that. I'm gonna
That's
be
not
honest with
true.
you. I
That's
kind of
kind of
agree
like
with it.
one of the
I'm not
first
a
I've
hugger
never
at
been
lessons
all.
in
hugged by my
vulnerability
father.
and love is being
That I've
hugged.
never been, because sometimes on the other side of the spectrum, you knew what you didn't get, so you pour that a little bit more into your kids.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm
speaking
not saying you're wrong,
specifically.
Tasha. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not saying you're wrong.
I'm speaking specifically for fathers who are in the homes who take the stance like Raw, who says dads are teachers, moms are nurturers, and there's no two ways about it. It has to be a two ways about it. Because if a boy grows up in a house with a man who is just always not not rah rah rah, but maybe some rah rah and no affection or kindness or softness to him, that's who that boy grows up to be,
So
because that's his image.
It's
learning,
yeah.
nurturing. Hold on, learning, nurturing, and experiencing affection are not the same things. So we can't mix the two and say, oh, because don't get me wrong, I kind of agree with you. I agree with both of y'all. If I'm being honest, I agree with both of y'all because my pop wasn't the hugger. He wasn't the. I don't even think I ever even shook my dad's hand one time in my fucking life. But my dad enjoyed crack more. He enjoyed people. So it is what the fuck it is. We're not gonna get into that story again. You know what I mean? But with that being said, let's get into our first segment.
What if you had crack in your hand?
This nigga gonna say
Welcome back to Signs and Shenanigans, where the stars don't lie, but tonight they do snitch. We've blamed her, we've blamed him, and now the universe said, cool, it's everybody's turn. This forecast is heavy on self awareness, light on excuses, and allergic to deflection. Let's see how the signs are being asked to stop being the problem. Aries the Ram, reacting fast isn't the same as responding well. This week is all about pausing before you burn bridges you secretly wanted to cross again. Taurus the Bull, stability can turn into stagnation. Ask yourself if you're standing your ground or just refusing to grow. Gemini the Twin, clarity matters. Saying one thing and doing another keeps you stuck in the cycles you swear you're tired of. Cancer, your feelings are valid, but they are not a free pass. Healing means expressing emotions without weaponizing them. Leo the Lion, confidence shouldn't drown out accountability. If everything is always about you, connection will keep passing you by. Virgo, control isn't the same as safety. Sometimes you overcorrect instead of trusting the process or the person. Libra the Scale, peacekeeping can become self betrayal. Decide what you actually want, not just what avoids conflict. Scorpio, guarded isn't healed. If you're always waiting for the betrayal, you might be sabotaging intimacy before it starts. Sagittarius, freedom without responsibility is just avoidance. Growth doesn't mean settling, it means staying present. Capricorn, achievement doesn't replace vulnerability. You can be successful and still be emotionally unavailable. Check that. Aquarius, being different doesn't excuse being distant. Emotional detachment isn't enlightenment. And Pisces, little bitty fishies, last but not leashies, empathy without boundaries leads to burnout. Stop overgiving and calling it love. And that is this week's Signs and Shenanigans. Healing isn't always about being perfect, it's about being honest enough to change. Until next week, keep your vibe protected, your edges laid, and your screenshots organized. See you guys.
Roger the fuck that. Easy.
Yo,
Should wife or husband duties be given before marriage?
like you talking about like doing shit that you would do for your husband or wife,
That's
like paying all the
however
bills?
whatever triggers you, that's what you're gonna talk about.
Man, listen, that shit is earned,
'Cause
right?
it said like you got triggered real quick.
No, I'm just saying, like when you got to look at the big picture, it's earned, right?
With the
So,
TI lead. With
yeah,
the TI.
yeah, yeah, 'cause I got to let them know. I got to let them know.
I got to let them
So
know.
it's
We about to
earned.
get some big words. Okay.
At the point where two individuals have realized and understood that they will be joining each other in matrimony in the future, then it's okay to expound on matrimonial tendencies prior to an engagement or a wedding. So that's if the wife and husband duties are being done, or if you acting like a husband or wife, and I identified that you're gonna be my wife, then ain't nothing wrong with the husband and wife duties coming in before the marriage. But people be jumping into that shit too quick. That's the problem. Is you've known this person for 2 months. Now y'all moving in together. You don't even know this motherfucker's middle name. And y'all on a piece together. And then when the real colors show up, when the leaves change in the fall, and you get to see the true colors, now it's too late. You done start doing things. You done start washing his drawers and cooking every meal. You done started paying all the bills in the house, and then y'all looking at each other crazy 18 months in, want to kill each other every day. And like you gotta slow down, people. You gotta slow down.
Thrifty?
I think they should begin the second a male identifies, hey, this is the person. And I brought this question up, I think the week before last, because I wanted to know from the man. But I believe it should be like immediate. Like if you dating someone and you see 4 to 6 months in, I really like her. You should start treating that woman as if she's your wife.
Should you be doing the same thing at that point?
Yes, of course. It should be. We should reciprocation. Of course, if a man is treating me a certain way, I'm like, oh wow, all right, this is nice. Yeah, you play the duty a little bit, but you still have some boundary until you at least get a commitment.
So 2 weeks in, he said, you know what? I'm gonna marry you one day.
No, it depends because I got issues with people that move too fast like that. But no, it's action. It's not the words you say. Everyone's been told that. Of course, that's like puppy love stuff. But if you moving like you trying to be my man, like my husband,
So
yeah, it's gonna be different.
if he moving like that in 2 weeks, are you gonna look at that as a red flag, or you know what?
Yeah, I'm
Maybe it's
definitely
something
looking
we
at
can
it as a
do.
red flag. I'm looking at it as a red flag, of course, immediately, but I'm still keeping an eye out for consistency. That's a big thing because the certain type of men we know that begin with an N, I won't even say, they can't be consistent. That's the number one thing that they can't keep up with.
So what kind of time frame we looking at?
Me at the rate I'm going right now, personally speaking, 8 months, 8+ months. I need to see you act a certain way for at least 8 strong months. That's the only way I'll even entertain someone saying you gonna be my wife or whatever. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tosh?
I just caught on to which N word she was talking about. Crazy.
You got your paying attention glasses on.
I was like, hold on now. Is we get racist on here tonight?
Listen. So in the space that I am in now, dating, I find that I have to rein myself in and check myself because I was a wife for 21 and a half years.
I'm proud of you. I'm fucking proud of you.
That half count.
Finally.
They and so I don't know how at this stage, I don't know how not to be a wife. But no, I'm not giving it out all willy-nilly. And I wouldn't personally put a time frame on it. Like Thrifty said, consistency, character, they are all going to show up. And I don't want to put a time on it. I believe in love at first sight. So I'm not saying at 46 that I'm gonna get married in 2 weeks, but
I
I leave
believe
space
too as
for
well, Tasha. I
yeah, I
believe
leave
it.
space for something like that.
So let me ask you this. For you, you said because you've been a wife for so long, it's ingrained in you. So you just used to doing certain things, like it just is what it is type shit.
Right.
So for him, at what
hmm
point do you feel like he should be getting those wifely duties or he should be giving you husband type shit? Like, how does that feel for you now?
Um, that's based on a lot of conversation, a lot of verbal and nonverbal communication. Like it's just so many factors inside of that. Like you can't treat me like shit. Um, but I also want to see a relationship grow to see what it's going to be before I make any determinations or if he's doing too little or if he's doing too much or if I'm doing too little or if I'm doing too much.
Okay. I had a conversation with somebody a couple years back, and she explained to me that, which I thought was kind of weird. It threw me off a little bit. She explained to me that when a dude is being nice, she's not really feeling it. So she waits until the dude start kind of treating her bad to feel like it could kind of turn into something. So in my mind, I'm like, what do you mean by turn bad? She's like, yeah, but if he don't ever argue with me or if he don't get upset, like, then I feel like this can't go nowhere. Am I the only one that feels like that's kind of weird that you need somebody to argue with you or to treat you not horribly, but treat you like shit from time to time to feel like this person actually loves you?
So what I hear you saying in her words is that she wants to see him in different seasons.
Not
And
so that's
I
what
would
I
agree with
thought she
that.
was trying to say. No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
She
No.
needed to see him like she needed, I guess I want to say in my mind, she didn't say this, but in my mind, she dealt with a whole lot of trauma. So she needed
You
drama
don't say.
in her situation. No, for real. She needed drama to feel like it could potentially be something.
No,
So
I
like
don't
if
think
the dude was too nice for too long, she like, nah, I can't rock with you.
Well,
Like it just ain't it.
And that's what
there
it sounds
there
like.
are
She's looking for patterns of behavior she's used to.
used to. There's
She
people
probably
that if
shouldn't
a
be dating.
man
Like,
or if a person is genuine to them, they don't know how to handle that.
Mhm.
I
Because they
had where
yeah.
someone I was talking to years ago, her grandfather passed. She had a flight, she had to go up to VA. And so as she's there, I'm like, hey, I'm just checking on you, making sure you're good, because she held her grandfather to a high esteem. And I know what it felt like when I lost my grandfather, right? She was like, "Oh, what do you want?" Like, da da da, and she just spazzed on me. Whole year later, we saw each other at a convention or whatever, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Listen, I apologize. I wasn't used to someone just really being there for me to be there for me. I was looking at what you needed from me or what you wanted from me type shit." I was like, chick, I don't need nothing from you. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a good friend to you at that moment, checking
Right.
on you because you lost someone that you held dear to your heart. And that's when it dawned on me that some people just aren't meant to be with good guys and good women. They're just
Mm.
not. They're incapable of doing that. And that's okay for them,
Bad.
but it's facts. They just don't. You hold the door open, they looking at you like you got a couple dicks growing out your forehead, and you're like, "Hey, I'm just being a gentleman. Like,
I seen a
I don't need
video,
nothing from you."
bro. I seen a video recently. This chick was explaining She wanted all the niceties. She wanted a nigga to hold the door, bring her flowers, all that shit on a date. She said she had a motherfucker show up and do that. And she said she was instantly disgusted by this dude and realized I don't want a nice guy. And in my mind, I'm like, that's crazy. To me, that's just crazy.
It goes back to clarity because people don't know what they want. They want what they hear people say they have.
Yep. What they see on the internet. Couples goals.
Husband and wife duties. What is that defined as? Like we have to stop throwing these terms around because it grows legs and then it starts flying. Because husband and wife duties are totally different between boyfriend and girlfriend duties.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be commingling finances if y'all don't share the same last name.
Buying home
Nothing
together.
Promise. I don't care how much y'all love each other, how great the sex is. All it takes is one bad thing to happen and the shit is up in flames. So we have to get away from saying husband duties and wife duties. Are there gender roles? Yes. Should we get rid of them? Absolutely. It's not because women don't want to cook.
Yes, Tasha, we do believe that. Yes, some of us do believe that, Tasha. Just because you don't mean some of us don't.
What I would say is, if all I did was everything that I was supposed to do as a man and you didn't do anything and I died tomorrow, you're going to need another man to pick up the mantle.
Facts.
If you need another man to pick up the mantle, then you become susceptible to bullshit. If you already know how to do some of these things, I ain't saying you got to go out there and change your oil, but you got to know how to take the car to get your oil changed.
I can do that.
It takes more than gas to make a car fucking work.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
So we have to get out this, oh, well, I don't like pumping gas. Well, I don't like having to work 14 hours a day and you roll past 10 gas stations and you want me to come in and go fill your fucking gas tank up.
After you just drove home too, after a long day of work, sat down, tried to relax, and then she's like, "Hey, this light comes on and it has an E on it. I don't know what that means."
Forget, it's just enough gas to make it to the gas station at this point.
This conversation is a little triggering for me because I just can't do this. I have had every major part on this vehicle replaced within the last 3 years, engine included.
Oh wow.
We get a light in October. Go to AutoZone, go to Advanced Auto Parts, see what the code is. Just do that. There's something about a sensor. All right, take it into the shop. I will. Oh, the light went off. Still need to take the car in. It's fine. God damn it. December, light come on again. Take it in AutoZone. Same problem, worse now. The light went off though. It's fine. It's not fine. Just because the light went off, just because the alarm's not going off, don't mean that shit ain't on fire. So what happened the other day? Light came on again. I drove that motherfucker to the shop myself. It's fixed now.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
And see, that's like, it shouldn't get to that point because there will become, Tosh and I had an agreement to some sort. So this is how our relationship worked. I had from the threshold on outside, she had from the threshold on inside.
Yeah, that works.
It doesn't mean that our roles won't collide or intermingle. Sometimes she may have to do some shit outside. Sometimes I may have to do some shit inside. Mm-hmm. However, you have to be open to that. Because if you go into a relationship saying that, well, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, then why are you going into that relationship?
Yeah. And the thing that bothered me with some of that is like, and this on both sides, right? Because we hear I'll never go 50-50, but you live in an apartment or a house by yourself, you paying all the bills.
100%.
I won't ever do no dishes and wash no laundry. If you live on your own, who the fuck doing that for you? So all of a sudden, motherfuckers
I used to take mine to the laundry,
really did, or get married, and then now she don't want to pay bills. He don't want to wash dishes. He don't want to clean up. She don't want to suck no dick. It's what the fuck happens when you say I do?
Sucking dick is very important.
She is not at the house living by herself sucking dick.
Well, it's more I don't. She was sucking dick when she lived alone. It just wasn't
right. And then she get hit. She don't want to suck no dick. Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy work. So let me ask you this. There's a couple of stuff that I've been hearing this past week. a lot of it has to do with patriarchy and matriarchy and misogyny and misandry.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize misandry is at an all-time high right now.
Well, if you let them tell it.
It's always been there. That's what the feminine movement was, when Caucasian women roped black women into fighting for their struggle for higher pay.
Girl.
That's when the misandry stopped, because you've never heard any other ethnicity of women say, I don't need my man, fuck that nigga, I don't want him, we don't need him. They said, hey, listen, we just want a little higher pay, but we need y'all. But they roped black women into that shit. And misandry, if you look at the numbers, you don't see no other ethnicities discounting their men like our community discounts ours.
They hurt my heart so bad. One day I saw a social post, and it was something like, all the misandrists raise your hand or leave a comment. Thousands of comments, y'all. Tens of thousands of black women.
The
They
crazy
hurt my
thing is,
heart
a lot of them
bad.
don't realize they are being misandrous. They're just spewing. A lot of them don't. Not from my industry. I'll say this. A lot of them feel like they're fighting for. They're advocating for all these women rights and against predatory men and da da da. But then, as they're talking, you know what they say: let someone talk long enough, you'll find a fool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk long enough, and you be like, "Oh, you about that bullshit? Like, you're not about equality, and us both are getting to where we respect both genders." It's like almost like supremacy. Now I want to have supremacy over men, or I want to have supremacy over women. And it's like, it's all bullshit. If we all just came together and just did the fuck what we needed to do, it would just work.
Have some ginger ale. Ginger ale cures everything.
Y'all remember
during go ahead.
The 2020 protest with Black Lives Matter, when one of the people was like, just because we want our rights doesn't mean we want to take yours away.
Right.
And
right.
That's what this women's suffrage thing, as well as some other movements out there that are fighting for civil rights. They are
time out. If they are not women of color, it should not be classified as civil rights, because those are different arguments.
Exactly.
And well, that's another problem. We allow too many people to attach their struggle to our struggle, which minimizes our struggle, and we don't get shit for our struggle.
And that was the point I was hitting at right there, Chuck. Is these motherfuckers is hijacking what we've been going through, and that whole women's suffrage and women's rights movement is like, now it's gotten to a point where we want to take, not only, we don't want to just take down men, we want to take down other women of color too. We want to take down the whole shit, burn it down. They don't even want it. They want to destroy it. Yeah. It's like,
what do you think? Okay, Evie, what do you think? I know it's not an easy ask, and it's not going to be an easy question, but what do you think would help in the correction of all this, just what seems to be chaos right now?
Dads in education.
There's a simple word, and we've been using it quite a bit.
Accountability.
And start with self. Accountability. If everybody could look in the mirror, identify what the fuck is wrong with them, and say, I'm gonna do something to make myself better, and stop trying to pass the buck, stop trying to push the blame, stop making excuses, and say, you know what, it's me. I need to change this about myself in order to get to this place in life where I want to be. That's where it starts. Until then,
we're just out here wild western. Tasha?
Ciao. I agree with Easy. Like, it's so hard for us to see ourselves for ourselves. And so many will run away from that reflection. But sometimes you got to talk to your star player. You got to talk to your star player and be like, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And what do we want to be doing? Like, how can I not be as angry? What would it take if I wasn't as bitter? How would I be if I just let some of this shit that I'm carrying go? Like, you know what it looks like on that side, the side that you're on. Take a gander on the other side. It ain't going to be all sunshine and rainbows, but it will feel a hell of a lot better. You will be a hell of a lot better than you are in the state that you are hating somebody. You know how much energy it takes to hate, for you to say that you hate, for you to express, for you to show that you hate something that looks like you, something that you came from. It's silly as hell. It's silly as hell.
And the sad part about it is both of y'all hit the nail right on the head. Instead of me looking inward and saying, okay, why do I view this group this way? I must keep rolling with that because that's easier than me
Yeah.
looking inwards at myself and figuring out what it is about me, right? If you, and I think Raw used an example a couple, like if us men tell a young lady, hey, don't go down that corner, don't go down that alley, and she like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna do what you want, and then she go down that alley and something happens to her, us men are looking at, you can't now just say fuck all men, because men tried to protect you, but you didn't want our protection. You went down that alley because you Billy Badass and you knew better. And now this thing happened to you. Now it's all men did this and all men are this way and all men. No, those men are that way.
Mm.
But we try to protect you on this side as well, you know?
Let me ask you a
Go
question
ahead.
inside of that, Hectic.
Mhm.
Black women are the most unprotected group of people.
Says what?
Can I just finish?
Go ahead, cook. Go ahead and stir your pot.
Thank you. Thank you. Black women are the most unprotected. Why do we think that is? And what can we do to change it, if we can change it? Raw, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Black women.
Oh shit.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh,
Thrifty said something earlier. She said, and Chuck heard her. Chuck heard exactly what she said. Y'all can't handle us. That's where the problem starts right there. It's always, oh, well, I'm too strong. He couldn't handle me. No, you just rowdy as fuck, and I'm just not dealing with that. So now it gets to the point where, you know what? I'm good. It was a whole, I don't remember the chick name. The chick was posting videos of she was going up to dudes, and she would say something to him out of pocket. Then she would like smack niggas and then twerk in front of them and walk away. She was doing this heavy. She was going crazy. And all the women on social media was rooting for her heavy. You go, girl. Fuck these niggas. Fuck these black men. They treating us wrong. All this, blah, blah, this, that, and the third, right? So one day she did that shit, and one dude was like, oh, that's what we doing? Cool. He beamed her in the head with a rock. She says in her next post, black men ain't shit because y'all didn't protect me. But you've been saying how black men wasn't shit. You've been running around smacking dudes and spitting in their face and all of that. But now when they didn't protect you after you treated them like shit and told them that they wasn't shit, they became the problem.
And then
You don't
that same story,
see
she in charges because the story wasn't right, or it was something with that story that she added a little bit more oomph to than what actually happened.
We don't see these other races treating they dudes the same way that black women treat us. And it is what it is. Even like you'll see black women all the time say, if a black woman go get with a white dude, she upgraded. But if a white dude went and got with a black dude go get with a white chick, oh, he is sellout. Why is it not the same exact energy? Why is it not a come up because he messed with the white girl? First of all, I think if you dating outside the race, you automatically downgrading. That's just me. I don't give a damn if she got money or not. That's just how I see it. But black women don't see it that way. Everybody promoting the shit out of Serena. Oh, she went and got with that white dude. She came up.
And the sister.
The same thing with Eve. Oh, she came up. Good for her. But every time you see it's a white dude, a black dude dealing with a white chick, oh, he is sellout. Why would he want to mess with a white girl? And then he corny as shit. It should be the same exact energy, right?
So when you say we don't see other races,
I want to answer your question too, Tasha.
Okay. When you say you don't see other races treat their men the way that we treat our men, are you speaking from a perspective of proximity? Because it happens. That's why I'm asking. It absolutely does happen. We are the only ones that would publicize.
Yes, by no means am I saying that all women think this way. I am not by no means saying that. You'll never hear me say all. All I can go by is the things I see, the things that I hear, right? Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not going to say all because not all black women feel like dealing with a white dude is a come up. Some black women believe in struggling with a man if that man is struggling. Some women ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm not struggling with no dude. Now, at the same time, a lot of times with these athletes, what a lot of them don't understand is Becky got with this nigga when he was in high school, and she rocked out with this nigga all through college. But you feel like, well, I'm not fucking with you in high school because you a corny ass dude just because you play sports. Then you get to college, and nigga, you ain't got no fucking money yet. Now you make it to the pros, and it's like, all right, come on, I can give you some of this pussy now. Let's go.
Well, college now they
now it's a little different now.
College now they getting that bread. They getting that stanky.
Not all of them.
So what it sounds like to me is it's a parenting issue. Because the generation we talking about is the generation beneath us. We hear all of these things about these expectations of what these people want. That's not people from our age range. And the few people that you see on social media is bullshit. Like you let all of these slow people start getting together and now they got a voice and you got a bunch of slow people together and now it seems like there's more slow people than regular people. And that's not the case. People are the sum total of their experiences.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I was raised in a 2-parent household. It was not the most perfect 2-parent household. I would never promote that. But what I will say is I saw a black man and a black woman work together to try to do the very best that they could with the resources they had available to them. It didn't always look right and it didn't always work. However, it gave me the ability to then become a man and to take on a wife and to raise children and to influence other people's children. I can't change the world. What I can do is send 2 quality young men out into the world who can carry on a message of stability and foundation and understanding, and they can impact other people, and then the message carry. I can tell my daughter, hey, you got to stop that masculine shit. Don't no man want to hear that shit. Like, you not that bad. So it always comes back to parenting.
Where's my child? Where's my child?
We are wanting to
give her about another 10 minutes. She'll be here.
She'll be here. She'll be here.
Yeah. She heard her name ringing. For me,
desire to protect black women.
So for me, and I can only talk about what I've done. I can't speak for the masses because I don't know all the motherfuckers, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, I've protected probably more black queens in my entire life, right? And when that protection needed to be on me, they were ghost. Still would do it, still do it, because that's just the kind of guy I am. I've had many girls would stop me from whatever I was doing, whether they see me in a convention, out and about, and they knew they were safe with me. Hey, Tech, can you walk me to the bathroom and stand outside the bathroom so no one comes and do anything for me? I got you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying do stuff to get anything back in return, but there's a lot of black men out here that protects black women and get shitted on a constant basis.
Because nice guys ain't worth shit.
And it's just unfortunate. I'm talking about big names in my industry that I've protected one way or another, fed one way or another, put money in their pockets one way or another. You know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate because we talked about villains before, right? But there's also a thing of where a good guy could turn into that villain real quick and easy. Because he's tired of getting walked on. He's tired of getting stepped on. He's tired of, you would do all these things for these people for them to go give the praise to someone else over here that had nothing to do with the situation. So I don't think black women are not protected. I don't think that. I've rarely ever seen it in my day-to-day life. I've rarely ever seen it in this industry that I'm in. I've rarely ever seen that. I think that's just something, once again, the check says, something that people fucking say on the internet and people run with it, or they be like, oh, the statistics says, well, put the statistic up your ass. You know what I mean? Because how many people did you really ask?
I would disagree with the notion that black women aren't the most unprotected population on the planet. They are. We don't protect them because we can't protect them. And the world that they live in don't want them. So in that, a lot of it is survival. They act this way out of survival because most women in our community today don't know what a dad looked like. They don't know what a husband looked like. So if you've never seen these things, you don't know how to receive these things. Everybody asks for shit that they want, but they don't know what it takes to keep it. None of us are perfect. However, men are more apt to stay in the fight than women. And that's not to say that men aren't marginalized, black men aren't a marginalized society either, because we are. But they had to go get an education because affirmative action was never for us. It was always for Caucasian women and Asian women and military personnel and in the LGBTQ plus community. And that's not to say any of those people are wrong, but that's to say that black women are the least protected women on the planet because it created this planet. And the only way we can destroy that we created this planet is to destroy them, because you can't have two white people that create black people, but you absolutely can have a black woman that create white men. So it all started with black women, and like we all guilty of the same shit. If we don't stop pointing fingers and become more accountable for our actions, then we're going to continue to perpetuate the cycles. Not every woman is a gold digger. Not every man want to just have sex with you. If you sleep with a guy on the first night, don't make you a hoe. If you make him wait 90 days, don't mean he's going to stay with you. All that shit is commercialized to make people do shit and to act a certain way.
Facts.
So
agree.
It go back for me to a simple thing called conditioning. So I'm gonna share a story with y'all. This black couple is living together. They married. They got a family. They on a plantation in South Carolina. The foreman or the slaver come over and grab the black man, him and his boys, grab him, hold him, beat him, and beat her. She watch him do this. They beat her, they rape her. But then they have her alone. They telling her, look, he couldn't even protect you. He didn't even do anything to save you. She watched all of this happen. She watched him get beat up and held while trying to attempt to get free to come to her rescue. But they have conditioned her. And that happened over and over and over and over in our society to us, to our women and to our men. Section 8 housing. Oh, yeah, you can get this little to no rent apartment, but you can't have no man living here. You can't be married. Your son turned 18, he got to move out. Conditioning. We got single mothers in our community because of that. We have all this shit in the community that we were conditioned in. It's hard to break that cycle.
And that's why I say it's a parenting issue, because I grew up in the crack era in Philadelphia. And again, I grew up in a 2-parent household, and I saw the beginning stages of what they consider gangster rap today. And with my mom and dad always said, man, that shit entertainment.
You better remember it. You better
In
remember
1986, I laid on the hardwood floor watching Bugs Bunny, and my dad walked past me and said, man, you still watching them old reruns? And in 1986, I couldn't fathom what he was saying to me. He said, man, them the same reruns they were playing when I was a kid. And not until 2020, watching Space Jams 2 with my grandson, and Bugs Bunny and LeBron James was walking down the hill at the end of the movie, and Bugs Bunny said, you thought they was going to kill me? He said, man, I've been here since 1938. So in 1986, my dad told me that shit was entertainment. And it really didn't resonate until 2020, where it came full circle. So it's going to come back to parenting. We got to get back to parenting. Stop trying to be a goddamn friend.
Facts.
You can't be a friend. Guess what? If you like me, I'm doing it wrong. My children couldn't stand to be around me at certain points of their life because I was explosive. I didn't go for a lot of dumb shit. And I just didn't want to hear it because I was dealing with my own personal issues and I didn't know how to be a nice person. However, it translated in, yeah, my dad ain't gonna go for that shit. So let me just go ahead and do this shit the right way.
Exactly. Pretty fucking much. Tasha, if
What's
love
that?
was a mirror, what ugly truths will we be dodging by blaming the other person?
If love was a mirror, what ugly truths would we be dodging to be able to blame another person?
By blaming the other person.
Oh, by blaming the other person. That's an excellent question. Can I say that first? If love was a mirror, what truths would we be dodging by blaming the other person? Oh my God. I don't like being confuzzled. I am.
Confuzzle? This is what we doing
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. What ugly truths would we be dodging? A, roll a barrel.
I don't even know what that means.
Wow, cut it out,
I
heck.
thought you was going to explain that because I don't know what this was.
You ain't grew up in the city of Philadelphia. You don't know what roll a barrel means.
Nah, I ain't from North.
I grew up in West Philly, but I know what roll a barrel is.
Well, I still don't know.
Let's roll the barrel.
It means go to get somebody else to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
Get somebody else.
Oh.
yeah, like pass. It's a pass.
I probably get a drink. So, what ugly truths would we be dodging? Because I'm not going to speak for myself on this particular one. I'm going to talk about us collectively. We hoes. And not particularly in a manner of fucking other people, but we are hoes to our own desires, wants, and needs. You can't dodge that shit. It's going to stare you right in the face. We stop whoring ourselves out to our own selfish ambition, then we ain't got nothing to dodge.
So the average person listening to you right now said, "Oh, we hoes," and they thought you was talking about fucking. But people don't realize you hoe yourself out to TV, social media, clothes, fast food, restaurants, music, jobs, all types of shit every single fucking day. So
I literally just said it tonight, an hour ago, 2 hours
with that
ago.
being said, Hectic, what role does your job or your hustle play in relationships not working?
Ooh, they are trash. I can honestly say the past few situations hasn't been because of me. Um, it's hard for someone to enter a situation or a relationship with me knowing what I do. And that's fair. But
You can
one
imagine that.
thing that I one thing that I can stand on and be very transparent about is that I don't hide what I do. I allow a person to dictate their pace whether they want to deal with me or not. You know what I mean? I feel like I would be doing a disservice if, we've been a couple months in and then I'm like, hey, so I gotta let you know that I kind of do this shit here on the side.
Full
So
time.
week one, if we talking heavy, I've stopped doing it to people I feel like ain't gonna be around because they ain't none of their business type shit. But if we talking for couple of weeks, yeah, I'm gonna let you know. Hey, this is what I got going on. And no, I'm not going to leave it because of you. And no, blah, 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 blah. But I'm very transparent. A lot of my situations can tell you one thing I am is honest. I'm going to let you know what's going on when you need to know and how you need to know it.
They say that a broke man don't got, what is it? A broke man don't got a lot of, hold on. A rich man don't got a lot of time, and a broke man don't, I mean, a man with time don't got a lot of money,
Mhm.
right? So, Tasha,
Yeah.
same question to you. How does your job
Damn.
or your hustles affect a relationship?
I don't think that they do. Like, I don't 8 to 5. That's when that job got me. That job don't got me before 8 a.m. and it don't have me after
Okay,
5.
so now let's think about him for instance. He works a lot of 12s, or he works a lot of doubles, or he work his 8, then he come home and he got a side hustle that he's doing for 8, 9, 10 hours, and he's doing
So
6 days a week.
for me, because of how I position myself into those traditional gender roles, I expect for a successful man to be busy. He got to make time for what he make time for, but I'm not mad at him from going to get what's going to be the betterment of the family. So if it's 12-hour days, it's going to be something on the other side of that from me. Like, it's not going to be a 12-hour day and he come home and there's nothing home for him. Like, it will be taken care of. But for me, it's gonna be them eat and skate. But for him, he gotta do what he gotta do for this family. And I'm never mad at that. I'm never giving him grief about that. If it's 12 hours, if it's 16, he gonna be taken care of on the other side of them 16.
I watched some earlier today, and the lady was explaining that the dude that she talked to, the guy that she was talking to, rather, um, she felt he was putting his job before her too often. So
Mm.
the guy said, "Well, what do you mean by that?" He says, "Well, every time you turn around, he's doing overtime." And she says, "Okay, well, what's wrong with that?" Well, he never gets to spend time with me, so I feel like he's neglecting me. So he says, "Okay, well, is all the bills paid? Do y'all take vacations? Do you got the things you need? Does he buy you the things you want?" She says, "Yeah, he does all those things, but I spend too much time by myself." So he
Mm.
says, "Well, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to have all those extra things, or would you
Yeah.
prefer the extra time?" She says, "Well, I don't understand why he can't do both."
No, because it's only 24 hours in a day.
And it's barely
Because Bobby
24.
Womack said, if you think you're lonely now, wait until
I
tonight.
will turn my fucking camera
Because
off.
when I'm there, I'm broke. And when I'm gone, I never spend no
Right.
time with you. Lady, I can't be in two places at one time.
Yeah, like that's about making the time that
And
y'all
he
Well,
was
have.
the wrong. I mean, Bobby Womack was. Whew,
raw.
He,
Yeah, he
we,
something on
I'm just using this
Y'all don't
song.
mind.
we,
Shit.
something or
Bobby
we
another.
got
know
some
his
issues,
story.
We was something
but
or
Bobby was on point with that one. I want to go back to that other question because that's a great question, and the my take on it is love is an illusion. It is a lie being perpetuated by people to monopolize and keep you confined to a strict confine of what they want you to do. because they use love. The word love is so dangerous. KRS-One said love's going to get you. But if you love someone, do you turn it off today and then cut it back on tomorrow? Is it one of those things that if you love me, you would do this, or you don't love me because you didn't do this? How do you justify what love is? Love is bullshit.
Mhm.
Well, Jesus.
I told my wife this.
Consideration is what we all want. And I'm talking men and women alike.
Yeah.
A woman wants a man who worked 12 hours that on his day off, I know you work 12 hours, but damn, can you at least take 4 hours of your 8 off to spend some time with me?
So he only got 4 to sleep.
Consideration goes a lot further than love, because when someone does something that you know they genuinely don't want to do to put a smile on your face, that is the definition of what people say they want, which is love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sacrifice.
I told my wife this a couple weeks ago. I say, love is a verb. People got love fucked up as a noun. It's a verb.
Definitely an action word.
And you can only show love through action. And that's what people don't understand. It's not an emotion. There's no such emotion as love. Love is an action. It's what you do for somebody willingly, and it's most of the time requires a sacrifice of some sort.
Man.
But you need to say it more than you show it. What do you mean?
Yeah, if you doing shit that's convenient for you, as I love you, so I'm gonna come over during my 30-minute. I drive by your house on my way home, so I'm gonna stop by because I love you. Nah, nigga, that's convenience. That ain't love. You might like them, but that's convenient. If you go out your way to go see somebody, and you got you driving 2 hours, but you like, I'm gonna come see you, even though my commute is out the way, but I want to see you. That's love. If you giving up your last meal so somebody else could eat, that's love. And this don't even only apply to romantic relationships. There's friendships, this family relationships, your kids. That's what love is, an action. And people got to stop getting that twisted.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it
But
best.
it's not that they don't get
it.
it. It's not that they get it twisted easy. It's not that simple. They don't get it twisted.
Well, I think so, because there's some women out there, and men too, but I'm gonna pick on the women. They'd be like, he don't love me, and this man doing everything in his power. He is acting in love, but
it's because they don't recognize it.
Exactly.
I mean, we could go back to the video we saw last week where the chick was complaining that the dude wasn't taking her on dates, although he wiped her ass after brain surgery, multiple brain surgeries.
That's love.
Like,
yeah, that was definitely love.
First of all, any nigga that's wiping ass, if that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck is. Because niggas don't do shit like that for motherfuckers they don't fuck. Like, it takes a lot of love for a nigga to you know what I mean? Like,
from the back, from the front to back, like what I do? Like, yeah, I'm not doing all that.
Most niggas don't even know.
I hire someone.
We doing it correctly at all. Like, what you mean?
I used to tell my children all the time, don't judge me based on what I say, judge me based on what I do, because I'm grown and I can say what I want. And if I'm frustrated, if I'm upset, I may say some things that you may not like. I may tell you, fuck you, and I ain't doing shit. However, when the rubber hit the road, you are never not going to be prepared for what you need to be prepared for. Because at the end of the day, men show up and men show out. We don't get enough grace for expressing our frustration, because our frustration isn't just with our circumstances. Our frustration is with the world. Our frustration is with our friends. Our frustration is with our family. Our frustration is with the job. And especially in the Black community, not a lot of us make it out.
How dare you get frustrated? Who are you?
Many of us suffered the ills of addiction and incarceration, and way more lost their lives. So for those who made it through those times and they still got their right mind and they still out here trying to provide, we deserve a certain level of grace that our community does not give us. They say Black men don't show up and they don't take care of their children, but when you look at the statistical data, it shows you that black men are more active in their families than any other ethnicity of man on the planet. But they don't tell you that because it's perpetuating a stereotype. We have to talk bad about them.
That conversation that Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin had, everybody, seen the 16-minute clip that was put out on social media, but it was like, wasn't it like an hour, 40-minute conversation, something like that? And at some point in that conversation, she say, you go to that job, you smile for, I'm not going to use the word that she used because it might get us banned, but she said, you go down to that job and you smile and tap for that man all day long, come home and show me that same courtesy. So be frustrated, but give me the same courtesy as you give that man down at the mill or in the mines, wherever you're working at.
That is a fair proposition. And I would counter with, give me something to smile about sometimes. Instead of focusing on what I didn't do, focus on what I did do. Because players fuck up.
Players definitely fuck up.
Also,
so
empathy.
We have to stop focusing, and that's the expectation and the entitlement that it's going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. There are going to be days where none of it makes sense. Don't browbeat me for what I didn't do, but that comes back to the empathy and the consideration because it doesn't look like what you want it to look like, so I didn't do it. And that's the frustration that men have. Men aren't intimidated by women who make money. Men don't like women who make money thinking they can talk to them like they a man. One of the greatest things I ever heard said was on your podcast, and that man said, don't say nothing to me that another man couldn't say to me.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
So we have to start dispelling these fallacies that men are, especially black men, are intimidated by women who make more money than them. It's a lie. It's not.
Part of that comes back to that you can't handle me bullshit that niggas ain't here. But let's get into our last segment of the motherfucking day.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey.
Okay. All you hip hop junkies, you think you know hip hop? Well, tell me what happened today in 2005. Better yet, tell me what happened today in 1989. We know you don't know. That's why Easy about to break this day down in hip hop for you.
Yo. Welcome to this week's version of Hip Hop News with this day in hip hop. We're going to start out with some shout outs, some birthdays, anniversaries, and such. It's the 23rd anniversary of Sugar Hill Gang, or sorry, not the Sugar Hill Gang, of 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. It's the 46th anniversary of the Sugar Hill Gang's debut album. So we're talking about two very iconic and classic albums. Obviously, Sugar Hill Gang, because they were the very first hip-hop album produced. But then 50 with Get Rich or Die Trying just kicked the doors in the game and did just changed it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 50. Got some birthdays here. Happy birthday to Kid Capri. Kid Capri is Kid Capri still alive?
Yes, he is, sir.
Yes, he
stopped killing people.
How you offering people early?
I didn't hear that he died or nothing. It's just been a while since I even heard anything about Kid Capri. So I'm just like, what's homie doing these days? But happy birthday, Kid Capri. I know you old as fuck. But somebody whose birthday that is not alive is Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla's birthday is today. So happy birthday to what many consider one of the greatest producers ever to walk this planet. And then today is the 26th anniversary of the death of Big Pun. Rest in peace, Pun.
Rest in peace, Pun.
Icons in hip hop. I was just like, dude was big. Like, we talk about like big people. Pun was a big dude. Like pause, but like, what was he like? 500?
Mm-hmm.
He was a big guy. Yeah,
He had lost 100 pounds prior to his passing.
Yeah, because I know he slimmed down before he passed away. But man, but rest in peace, Pun. Also rest in peace to Lil Jon's son. Went missing earlier in the week. They weren't able to locate him, and when they did, they found him deceased. He left his home on February 3rd in Milton, Georgia, apparently in distress, without a phone, without his wallet. And then they found him a few days later. So condolences go to John and his family. Very, very sad. He was an aspiring young DJ also, so he's going to be just like his father. Speaking of missing people, I have an update on the story I previously shared. Aaron Hall has been found, and he was, after being missing for over a year and some change, he was hiding out at an extended stay in Alpharetta, Georgia. So he really did have an extended stay.
He better not be in the trunk. He better not be in the trunk.
He was in the trunk.
Don't be afraid.
Finally able to serve this brother with subpoena for the civil suit filed against him, and did it for sexual assault in a case that a young lady filed against him. So Aaron, my boy, you should have just went on to St. Thomas or Antigua somewhere, dog. Like, Alpharetta, Georgia, really?
Alpharetta, Georgia.
You gotta be smarter than Ray Caruth.
Listen, you know how upset I was?
Oh yeah, I was mad because when they found him, I was like, oh, he in Europe somewhere. No,
Alpharetta.
Alpharetta, you down the street from Quavo, probably hiding out with his rap career. Anyway, speaking of rap careers that need to go in hiding, NLE Chopper and Blueface are beefing. NLE Chopper beefing with everybody. Didn't he change his name recently?
No, it's still NLE.
One of the funniest parts of the whole situation to me is NLE Chopper suggested that his son and Blueface son, who are around the same age, both toddlers, get in the boxing ring and box each other, and whichever child wins the fight, beef. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, my question is, would anybody actually want to watch something like that? Where like celebrities,
I'm definitely sure.
Like, you get your kids to fight. So imagine Blue Ivy and Northwest having a boxing match to settle Kanye and Jay's beef. That'd be crazy. My money would be on North, by the way. I don't think Blue Ivy got hands. Speaking of hands, somebody I wanted to put hands on. Martin Shkreli, if y'all don't know who that is, the asshole that was Big Pharma CEO that purchased the Wu-Tang album one night in Shaolin, or Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. But he's trying to sue RZA because he was being sued for something. So now he's trying to sue RZA for double selling the album or double licensing the album or whatever, because he sold it to somebody. And then that person got rights from RZA also or something. I don't know. But I'm like, dude, somebody just punched that dude in the face. But anyway, he wants $4 million for double licensing or whatever. Talk to Grammys. The Grammys was this week. And oh boy, what a disappointing time it was, because Kendrick Lamar won 4 Grammys for Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, Best Melodic Rap Song, which I guess is a new category they made up just to give Kendrick another Grammy, and then Best Rap Performance with Clips to become the most awarded rap artist in Grammy history. He now has 27 Grammys, passing Jay-Z, who has 25. And so, like Drake said, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody hand him a Grammy right now. And that's literally what they did. They handed him 4 of them for opening his mouth.
You must be a Drake fan.
I'm not a Drake fan.
Yeah, it sound like hate.
Listen, I'm not hating, but here's what I'm mad about it. I don't think that he deserved Album of the Year. That's Clips.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
And so that's the only thing I'm pissed about, is he got an award he didn't deserve for Album of the Year. Pusha and Malice definitely deserved that, like hands down. That was the best rap album to be put out since Killer Mike, and they deserve to win.
Oh, Michael was a great
I
album.
don't know. I don't know. Alfredo
wait,
too.
wait,
is
wait, time
17
out.
too.
Now
They
my
did. Clips did win an award for best rap performance, but Kendrick was also on that song. So
He got one anyway.
yeah, like the one they did win, he still got a part of it. Um, and then C Murder will not be winning any Grammys anytime soon. He also will not be winning any appeals for his murder trial anytime soon. He just got his final motion denied for a new appeal. So it does not look like Mr. Miller will be getting out. He's been locked up since 2002 for the murder of a 16-year-old boy at a nightclub. My question is, why is there a 16-year-old at a nightclub? But that's neither here
Victim
nor
blame
there.
him.
I want to talk about
That's not victim blaming. I'm blaming his parents for letting him out. Like Chuck said, it's the parents' fault. But I don't know if C did it or not. He says he's innocent. He says he's being framed. Hopefully, if he is innocent, maybe he's a martyr of some sort. But if he truly is innocent, hopefully one day somebody could help him get out of prison. But if not, you where you belong at. With a name like C Murder, who's going to believe you anyway? But that's neither here nor there. I've been trying to fix my hat all night, but I just can't because the king is back, bitches. Tiana dropped a new he dropped a new single called Let 'Em Know. Supposedly got a new album on the way, and it has
He got the locks
by storm. Listen, hats automatically tilt when the song play. All the unks is back outside. And the auntie's been outside the whole time, so ain't nothing changed with them. But according to Tip, he had to go back where it all started for his final album, and he cut the dreads off. I thought it was because that ball spot was up there, but hey, you never know. But the king is back. I'm glad he left the comedy stage and came back to the trap because I got so tired of not laughing at his jokes. But I have to bump and let him know on a daily basis for the last couple of weeks. And speaking of things finally dropping, J. Cole finally released the Fall Off. And I don't know what to think about it yet. I've listened to it once. I'm typically somebody that has to listen to it a handful of times before I really make a judgment on it. But it's kind of choppy to me right now. So I don't know. It's a little bit all over the place. So I kind of got to go back and try and listen a little more intently. But it dropped. It's a double disc album, 24 total tracks, 12 on each CD. And then I just learned today that J. Cole is doing a Out the Trunk tour where he is going to be driving the Honda Civic that he had before he got signed and driving around the country selling CDs out the trunk of the Fall Off.
He was just at NCAT tonight too.
That is genius, J. Cole.
Cole is woo. After 11 years of waiting, he has finally dropped the Fall Off. And I heard that he recorded part of it when he was 29 and the other part 10 years later so that his older self could reflect on what his younger self was saying. I don't know if that's true or not. I just think Cole was not making music because he became a father and a business owner and all these things and took some time off. But, it is what it is. So my question of the day, I guess let's talk about the Grammys. Who do y'all believe? Who do y'all believe?
I haven't watched an award show since I was in my early 20s.
I ain't
probably watched an award show since like 02, 03, maybe.
Yeah.
But y'all all listen to music, right?
Okay.
Right.
So
I was very excited for Duran Bernard.
If you're given a Grammy for Rap Album of the Year, first and foremost, let me preface it with this. Kendrick's album dropped in 2024, and I was trying to figure out how to qualify it. Yeah, but apparently, or GNX, not GNX.
GNX, yeah.
I was trying to figure out how he was able to secure nomination for the album, but I learned that it had to be commercially released for a 12-month period. And so because of when he dropped it, it qualified for the 2025 nomination. So I
He
just think,
won last year too, didn't he?
yeah, I'm like he won something last. I don't think he won the album of the year, but he won. Was it song of the year for Not Like Us?
Yeah, Not Like Us. Yeah.
Yeah. And so with that, because we all hip hop fans at the very least, we're not all junkies, but we are at least fans. Which album would y'all say would be deserving of the hip hop album of the year?
I would take the Clips.
I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I ain't hear an album. Not one new album that came out to me last year was like outstanding to me. And I'm probably one of few that didn't feel like that Clips album was as fire as everybody believed. I think it was the nostalgia that made everybody say that the album was so fantastic. But I never really saw Clips as that hot of a unit either. So that's just me.
And I would like to remind everybody that he's from North Philly.
I ain't from North Philly, nigga. Not even close.
South.
Well, technically
My
close,
bad.
but West
My
Philly all day, nigga. Watch your mouth.
I would say Clips. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2 was good. Outside of that, like you talking about NLE Chop and Blueface, I don't even know why they beefing because I ain't listened to near another song that they ever put out to even know who they is.
And never would.
Yeah.
And never
That's
will.
not your demo. That's not your demo.
At all.
And never.
There was a lot of. I don't know because the summer of 2025, there's so much hip hop that dropped. It was hard to really keep up. I mean, Ray dropped, Clips dropped, Freddie Gibbs dropped. There was my man West Side Guns, boom, 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 boom.
Raw don't like West Side.
You had to bring this thing up, did you?
Raw do not like West Side Gun.
Nah, not at all, son.
Not even a little bit.
Not the fuck at all. Not even slightly. I'm good.
Conway, you can't kill a guy with a bullet was tight too.
Yeah.
And Benny dropped too.
Benny dropped. I would say outside of Clips, the other one that stood out to me, which is Unorthodox, because his verse on the Clips made me actually go listen to his album.
Oh God, Cook.
Tyler the Creator.
Yes, that album was fire. That was a great album that he dropped. And I'm not even a Tyler fan, but for me to like listen to that album multiple times, yeah, like it was a well put together album for me.
I ain't gonna lie, I've never heard nothing from Bo that made me want to go listen to his music.
That verse on
listen, heck, nigga, I don't give a fuck how upset you is, nigga. You can be as mad as you want. I said what I said.
Who's your new artist that you would say like you rock with, Raw?
To be honest with you, maybe Moonwalker. That's about it.
Who?
And see, I have a hard time considering him. I have a hard time considering him a rapper. I don't know what his genre is. I love his music.
Melodic.
I don't even know who this is.
So here's the thing when it comes to him.
You don't know Moonwalker?
He talk heavy. It's just me and Easy have had this debate numerous times. His songs is just too short. He does one verse every fucking song. So if you did full songs, it would be way different. But because the little bit he give you is is decent. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it ain't too many I don't know.
Hey, who we talking about?
Moonwalker.
I've never heard of him.
Oh my God! Because you have, you just don't know you have.
So no, who you talking? Oh, you talking about? We talked about just in general the length of songs, not this Moonwalker dude. I don't know.
So y'all asked me who's the new generation of motherfuckers that I feel like is decent at least. And I would say him. It's not too many. I can't really get into a lot of this shit. Like that's just me. And maybe I do. That's the bad part. I do. I will sit and try to listen to it. But the thing is, once I get like 4 songs in and you haven't gave me nothing worth listening to at this point, I'm not going to keep listening. It's a lot of artists where I don't be feeling them, and I'll at least try. I will. And I'll ask motherfuckers, all right, what's the best songs to go listen to? And I'll listen to them songs, and it's like, all right, nothing moved me about the song at all. And I'm not going to just, we ain't got but so many seconds in our life. And I'm not on shit that it just don't, you know what I mean? Does nothing for me. Like, it's just not working for me.
So you listen to silence in your ride, is what you're telling me.
No, I listen to a lot of shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually switched back to the R&B mode. Like, I can't really get into a lot of hip hop like I used to. Like, because a lot of, for one, I'm tired of hearing crack rap. I'm tired of hearing like that shit is old at this point. You know what I'm saying? Once you like 3, 4, once you get 2, 3 albums, that's the only thing. Once you get 2, 3 albums in, and that's the only thing you could talk about, I just can't fuck with you at that point. That's just
here's the thing. Here's the thing with that though, because I hear a lot of people say that, but then they'll mention Pusha T, they'll mention Conway, Benny, but if you think about it, they mentioned Jeezy too. But I don't think anybody.
Conway don't just do crack rap,
but
Pusha only talk about crack. I've never liked
you listen, because you may. I think it was you that said when clips dropped, you was like, you didn't want to hear nothing about these old ass niggas rapping about being drug dealers. And I was like, now they rapping about being retired drug dealers, like the lifestyle.
Wait. You telling me that Clips album they talked about being retired drug dealers?
No, okay. So essentially, when you listening contextually, the lifestyle.
Get the fuck out of here with trying to add the T.I.
No,
you trying to T.I.
I mean, and you have to look at it too. They talked about some very, very real personal shit that most people wouldn't be able to talk about. You know, they talked about losing both of their parents within a short period of time, and
so
how they felt about
it. That's one song out the whole album. Keep going.
You haven't listened to the album, so you don't even know.
I listened to the album three times in a row, nigga. What you mean?
He listened to the album.
You ain't listened. You heard it.
I listened to the album 3 times in a row. Outside of that song right there, everybody keep referencing that one song. Oh, they talked about their parents. Okay, so when we get past that, what else did they talk about?
They talked about
nobody can say nothing.
Fashion. They talked about fashion. They talked about the lifestyle of being rich.
So all right,
easy. You see this wall behind me?
Yeah.
You see this wall behind me? You might as well talk to that.
So be
I feel how I feel. Y'all not gonna change shit. But if you telling me that fashion makes it a hot song, that means Birdman is shit.
No, because Birdman
exactly, nigga. Fuck out of here.
No, we ain't doing this because Birdman will ruin the best of songs.
All that nigga all he talked about was fashion. So if you telling me that fashion makes it a hot song, then that nigga would be the shit. Nobody thinks Birdman thinks that.
But Push can rap about fashion in a way that make you think he rapping about something else, and you are alluding that to fashion because the nigga wordplay and his ability to make metaphors out of shit that's not even related is dope. And then Malice rapped out of his fucking mind. Yeah. I don't care what he was talking about. Malice could have been talking about changing diapers. That nigga rapped out of his mind.
Cool.
Yeah.
And guess what?
No, Malice came out. Malice came out of retirement for a purpose.
And still didn't change my mind. It is what
that's cool. So we can move on.
You like Moonwalker, but you don't like Clips.
I didn't say Moonwalker was the hottest motherfucker out. I never said that.
You said that's what you're listening to.
He asked me what's one of the new rappers that I can listen to.
I've never heard of.
I don't think he's a rapper though. Like he got catchy tunes.
Listen,
he's like Post Malone. He's like Post Malone.
Every person
not gonna listen to Post Malone.
Not gonna listen to everybody. Is entitled to like what they like. I don't have to like everybody else. So and again, I'm not telling y'all shouldn't listen to the Clips. I'm saying I don't fuck with the Clips, but I never was a Clips fan. That's just me.
So, Raw, I have a question for you. I have a question for you though, Raw.
Sure.
When the last time you heard it like this?
He's stupid.
Listen, am I saying they didn't have some chart toppers? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying me myself, they just wasn't for me. It is what the fuck it is. I'd like different types of rappers. Like,
you just don't like well mastered music.
I got a lot of rappers.
Here's what's crazy. Y'all see how all of y'all trying to explain to me, right? Why y'all's opinion should matter more than mine on how I feel, right? Not one time did I say y'all shouldn't listen to the clips. Y'all shouldn't like the clips. I'm not even giving y'all reasons why y'all shouldn't like the clips. I'm saying I don't. But what y'all doing is saying, oh, well, you don't like this, you don't like that. Your opinion is your opinion. I'm not upset. I ain't going to get mad at it. I'm just going to say, okay.
You remember when we did the thing where we said we listen and we don't judge?
I never said that.
We judging. We judging this.
I'm cool.
I'm not judging Raw. It's a lot of artists that people enjoy that I just ain't gonna listen to. So I totally understand.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, we like what we like. Like, you can't be mad at that. And that's one thing I love about hip hop. This conversation can go forever because we don't all like the same fucking thing. It's a lot of music that I listen to and niggas be like, man, you really listen to that? I like it just because you don't. Also, it's a lot of people that if it don't play on the, and I've had people say this, if they don't come on the radio, I'm not listening. So you miss out on a lot of good music because you don't listen to shit that's not on the radio.
Well, I had to listen to the radio.
I don't even listen to the radio.
A lot of times, I don't even know what song is out right now. It is what the fuck it is. But
so who had the best verse on the symphony? Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap.
Ooh.
Look at this. Look at these brains.
I'm probably going G-Rap. I'm probably going G-Rap on that one.
All right. Go what you about to say, Raw.
Yes. So we about to get the fuck out of here. So tonight we're going to switch it up and say again.
I said it's that time already.
It is that motherfucking time. Look, time flies when you're having a great time, isn't it? It is what it is. So tonight, this little nigga got the final thought.
Lord have mercy.
Call me the filler. I'll pause. So I'm gonna wrap this up really quick. I'm gonna wrap
definitely
this up
no pause
like,
because that's
real quick. So according to Chuck, it's not that we are the problem. These fucking parents. These parents are the problem. These parents ain't raising their kids right. So they don't know how to handle emotion and communication and all that. So we're going to blame the parents. We're going to start there. All right. Tasha wants us to protect more Black women. I agree. We need to stand up with our signs and all that and go to the streets and march and protect more Black women as we do so.
Don't make a mockery of it.
Raw, I'm not. I'm saying we do. Raw don't like the clips. We know that. He never gonna like them. We can't change his mind about him liking them. And there's that. Easy just, he got his tip hat to the side. So, he reps everywhere but nowhere at the same goddamn time.
No, that's a big fact for sure.
ATL, ho.
I've never seen a guy who lives at every place that we mentioned all at the same time, but that's easy. But we need to learn how to communicate a little bit better. We need to give each other grace. Get off the social media. Stop getting your relationship tips from social media. Actually go out there and be in a relationship. And be in a relationship because you want to be in a relationship, not because someone tells you you need to be in a relationship to be a person. Because that's the furthest from the truth. All right. You are great alone. You can't be in a relationship and be healthy in a relationship if you're not healthy with yourself first and foremost. That's just what I think, and that's how I'm gonna stand on that. But all the things in jest and fun. But seriously, we need to take shit a little bit more seriously. We need to do our parts, and we need to hold ourselves accountable because we can't keep pointing fingers at other people if we don't point the fingers inward first. And with that, I'm done with this final thought.
Pew.
Raw. Am I supposed to end it? Am I ending the shit? Okay, I end it.
Sit up there and look awkward.
Right.
Yeah.